Can you hear me now?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Awesome.
So, yeah, how are you? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so likewise on the side, I'm doing good. Recovering
God is good, brother. God is good always.
all the time.
Yeah, so
Nothing.
hey everyone. Welcome to Inspired Minds. And today's guest is John Witbooi. He's a recovered COVID-19 patient.
Yes.
Go for it,
Yes.
John. So what? Before we start, what is it that you're doing now? And where are you from?
So I'm from Rockland, Switzerland, and I'm just taking it easy at home at the moment. I'm self-employed, and I work in the hospitality industry. So business is locked down now. Everything is closed. So I'm just waiting and hoping everything blows over so we can start from scratch again. But firstly, I just want to thank God for His grace, His love, and His mercy upon me. Not everyone is as lucky as I am. So a lot of people around the world is dying due to this virus. And well, my story started like I was at work. I was working, and I didn't know until the next week I've got it because obviously one of the people at work had it, and I was in contact with that person, and that is how I contracted it. And like that was the Thursday the 12th, and then the 19th, the morning, they informed myself and my partner, look here, there was a positive person at the venue. If you guys feel ill or any symptoms, you guys must get tested immediately. I panicked because I was sick the Monday and the Tuesday, like flu and severe headaches, which I never get. And then I phoned the hotline. They set it up for us to go to Grootskeel, myself and my partner and two of our workers. And yeah, so they tested us. The 3 was negative, and I was the only positive case. It was a lot when I received the news. It was like I never experienced something like this. To know that, look here, this might be the way you're going out. And at that time, I was still living in the world, and I was alone, and none of my family could give me a hug or comfort me because obviously they are at risk of getting the virus. So in that time when I received the news, I was panicking, I was stressing, the tears was rolling down my eyes, literally, and I was just trying to get hold of my mom. My mom is in George at the time, and she's visiting relatives of us there, and then so I couldn't get hold of it. So I just felt the calmness over me, and obviously I tapped into me. This must be God, and that is where I just decided to rely on God and just let His will be done and let Him guide me, and just started playing my gospel on my phone and praise and worship and pray. Yeah, and that's how my story went. It was tough some days, like for 3-4 days I was like flat. By the time I went for my test, I was actually better, but I was still positive. It was weird to me because some of the other guys had coughs and they had more symptoms than me, and they were all negative. It was very weird for me, but I had to take it and I had to be strong, remain positive. Luckily, my friends, my family, everyone supported me via video call, messages, calls every day to check up on me. And I believe, like, if you have a positive mindset and you keep to your faith and your support system is strong, you can get through it. That's my story on my side.
And what's the biggest lesson that you've learned out of this?
Wow.
How did you learn through this process?
I just learned to have strong faith in everything I do, and a lot of the times we live just, and we forget that God is actually our anchor, and we need to involve Him in everything we do. So from now on, I will obviously try and put God first always in everything I do, because it's not easy all the time. You know, when you start working and everything gets busy, that's the time your mind just slipped away. But from now on, I'm going to tap in every time, just reminding myself, John, don't forget about God. Don't live...
And how much?
Just not to live without knowing that God is there for us always, and that's the main thing. Just to renew my mindset and always rely on Him, depend on Him.
And how much people did you infect? Did you infect anyone?
One person that I know of, but I was in contact with most probably over 300 people since I got infected, because I still worked the Saturday and other function, and I didn't know at that time that I was infected, because that's how the virus spread, because no one that's infected know. It only hits you 2, 3, 4 days afterwards. But then you still don't know, because it feels like a flu. It feels like your sinus, and just the headache was, for me, it was intense, because literally there's times I didn't know what's going around me, so heavy the headaches was. But yeah, so that's the main thing. That's why if people stay at home, the virus can't spread. If you're sick, unfortunately you're going to be sick, but then you're going to have to deal with it, but you can't pass it on. And that was the time they were still tracking everyone and checking on everyone. So they don't test you if you don't have symptoms. You must have symptoms. So then they will phone you, and all of the people that I was in contact with, that's like huggies, close contact, where my droplets can go from me to you, because that's how the virus spreads. You can't get it, because you actually need to touch it, and it needs to get in you to get for you to get infected. So yeah, that was only the one person that I know.
And how long did it take for you to recover?
So it takes your body 14 days to what they know. So they advised me. I was from the 16th, I just went out for the test, and yeah, that was on the 19th. But all the other days I was already isolated, because when I get sick, I normally take me away from my family, because I don't want them to get sick. It doesn't matter what I have. So my son is turning 14, and he was actually, at the time it was just me and him, and he brought me, I sent him for Medlin and disciplines, because I thought he had flu, and he was the one looking after me in that time, making me a sandwich or whatever I needed. So yeah, it was tough, and I didn't know I could easily, but that's how God worked, luckily. So none of them got infected, and they're healthy and well.
And speaking about your family, how did they take things when you went through this?
Wow, we're actually closer as a family now. We started the ministry group, and amongst each other, so we're doing a 21-day fast and pray, the Daniel fast, and obviously I can't do the whole day, so I do the first 3 hours in the morning from 7 to 10, because my body still needs to recover to full strength, and then we just have whatever experience we come, or whatever message we get via Facebook that inspires us, we send it in there, and we just build each other and keep faith. And yeah, so we're stronger through this. So there's a lot of positives, and the only negative is that I've got it. I had it. I've been infected. That was the only negative, but it brought out a lot of positives.
And the people out there that do not believe in this virus, that it doesn't exist, anything, like, wow, why do you think it's like this? Why do you think some people maybe?
Look, in the circumstances we live, I don't think they fear the virus because we go through gang war and all of that stuff on the Cape Flat. So that's much more, your chances of dying of that is bigger than dying of this virus, because the virus isn't that big in Mitchell's Plain. There's like 6 or 7 people now currently infected. For you to get infected, you actually need to get in close contact with that people. And if that's the thing, so they don't have that fear. And because our people isn't educated enough, the severity of the case, they see it like abroad, but it won't come to us. That's just our mentality. And that's why I also try to give my story, because, people, it's not going to treat me the same, obviously. They already, a lot of people is like avoiding us, but I'll rather take that chance and inform than for people to just be reckless and going out and not taking, as long as it's here, then you're going to be more cautious. And that's all I want, because I don't want my son to get it. So I want it to go. So the only way we can stop it is if we stop movement. Because then so to my knowledge, what they educated me, if you're immune after 14 days, the virus dies. Because you're immune, then start building up its defense again, and it defeats the virus. That's in my case. Like I was in a severe case, I was a mild case. So people that ends up in hospitals, immune is the weak. The immune can't fight anymore, and then there's where it eats your lungs. And so I didn't have that problem. So that's to my knowledge. And the knowledge is getting more and more as more people get infected, obviously, because now they can do tests and they can study more. But yeah, I just hope God intervene us and bless the scientists and the doctors and give them the wisdom for a vaccine or cure as soon as possible, so the deaths can stop, because it's very sad, because I now survived and I still see every time people dying. So it still eats me. It's my thinking that could have been me.
Okay. And before I ask my last question, where can everyone find you on social media platforms?
You're welcome to check out my Facebook page. I'm on Facebook, and then you have my Instagram handle, okay. And then I'm just on WhatsApp, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, and what advice would you like to give to other people?
I would just like them to practice safe distance from each other and stay inside. If you must go out, please follow the protocols and take care, because the only way we're going to defeat this virus, is if if we listen. That's the only way we can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, brother. I really appreciate it today. Taking the time and effort. Thank you much. Thank you, brother.